here to chew over all of the tasty morsels of current affairs. For your delectation is the wonderful former Conservative government advisor, Mr. James Price. Good morning, James.
How are you doing? All right?
I'm right. Did you sleep all right?
Well, I've got an admission to make. As people, regular viewers might be able to see, this isn't my regular backdrop, and I'm afraid I'm phoning in from sunny Sardinia, where I've got an air conditioning unit right above me. Sorry to rub it in.
Oh, you look like you're phoning in from a borstal. I'm glad to hear that you're on holiday and haven't committed some sort of illicit offence. Anyway, sunny Sardinia, thank you for giving up your time. Where are you in Sardinia? Not that posh bit at the top.
No, it's the quiet little bit at the bottom where I can go around random archaeological sites and drag Mrs. P kicking and screaming with me.
The sites that the giants created.
Exactly right.
Exactly, yeah, it's cool, isn't it? Right, anyway, before we go on about the gorgeous island of Sardinia, where they live a very long time, apparently. They're part of that blue zone where people eat the right stuff and don't die. Talking about not dying, let's talk about assisted dying. That was a clumsy segue, wasn't it? But it seems to me that more and more MPs are now turning against the assisted dying bill. And this may not... Well, it may itself not live to see it come to its full fruition, or is that? What do you think on this?
I think that the whole issue itself is an incredibly difficult one. I'm sympathetic in various cases to both sides. I think what matters at the moment here, though, is that this whole process, it might sound boring to people to get into the weeds of the kind of parliamentary legislative shenanigans, but it's been done so badly, so rushed, that it cannot be a good bill in any way, shape or form. And therefore, the crux of it, I hope that this particular piece of legislation is going to be voted down. The woman who's been pushing it is a Labour MP called Kim Leadbeater. She either doesn't understand anything that is in this bill, because clearly someone else has drafted it for her, or she does, and she is the most horrendous liar in a parliament full of liars. Over and over again, she said experts point out to her various damaging and dangerous bits of this bill, and she will not accept it and is pushing on through and lying and doing whatever it takes to get this thing passed. And that is reason enough why I really hope that MPs have the bravery today to vote this down.
I mean, it is a very difficult one. I'm against assisted dying, but like you, I am incredibly empathetic and concerned about people and the nature of their death and the integrity and comfort and the dignity in final weeks and months. And I've just never understood why, they're putting into place all this stuff about we're going to have a panel instead of a High Court judge and X, Y and Z. And I'm like, but why aren't we having a national conversation about things such as hospice care?
Yeah, it's a very, very good point. We're not having a national conversation really about any of this stuff because it's not even a government bill. That's why it's being done on Fridays. The government is sort of giving some support in a way to this bill by not getting in the way of it, allowing there to be time for it to be properly sort of shortly debated in the first place. But when you consider something like the ban on fox hunting with dogs back in 97, 98, there were hundreds and hundreds of hours scrutinizing legislation on that alone. And what you've got here is going to be a couple of hours today on a random hot Friday when MPs would rather probably be somewhere else to debate literally issues of life and death. And that comes the back of that 45 minutes or so debate a few days ago, when now in this country you will not go to prison if you kill a child a few moments before it's born. It could be at 9 months old. So what we might end up with by the end of this week in Great Britain is a scenario in which you can kill granny, you can kill 9-month-old fetuses, but you can't kill Axel Ruda-Cabana, the man who killed all those little girls. We've got this totally topsy-turvy, and I think that future generations will rightly look back on this parliament with shame if they go ahead with all this.
Oh, I agree with you. I think they're a pack of ghouls, this lot. I mean, one of the things they're not able to do or sort out, despite various promises, is smash the gangs. And here you go. Alexander Downer, who was the mastermind, apparently, behind Australia's successful small boats crackdown, has turned around and said, look, we managed to get 20,000 people coming into Australia illegally in 2014 down to 0 by sending them to the island of Nauru. And he said the Rwanda plan if they'd managed to traverse the legal hurdles, all the sort of booby traps and banana skins that were being tossed in front of it by the leftist lawyers and opposition politicians, if they'd managed to navigate the obstacle course of all of those hindrances, it probably would have worked, because people would say, do you know what, I'm not going to take my chances getting to Britain because I don't want to go to Rwanda.
Yeah, absolutely right. I think that's true. And I think Rishi Sunak deserves a lot of criticism for calling the general election when he did.